What is up, YouTube? Sorry for a little bit of a hand walk here. I'm just doing this here a little bit on a whim because, well, it's been some time since I've actually shown my face on YouTube and also done an unboxing video. So that's what we are doing today. Because something that I've been putting off is actually, as you can see here, is actually the order of magnitude from Devin Townsend, which I haven't opened and I've had for months. And maybe I should do an unboxing video. Also, I have something else from Devin, so we're taking a look at that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's switch over to the setup. Okay, so as you can see here, we have Devin Townsend, the order of magnitude, which is Empath Live Volume 1. I can't remember where this here is from, actually, the recording itself, but we'll get into that probably when we go through it. Maybe it's here. Anyways, let's take a look at this. So when I bought this here is the 2 CD, DVD, and Blu-ray artwork. You get a Devin Townsend coaster, you get a small thing here, and you get a postcard. So if you know Empath, this here is just the Blu-ray CD version. There was also a LP version, or there is. This here is, and it also comes with the DVD, as I said. So we're gonna take a look at that. So right now we're gonna take off the film for the first time. I simply have not had time to take this here off. So this here is fresh. Okay, so there we go. And the coaster and the postcard is not that important, nice to have. So what do we get? This here is, of course, it's from London. So this here is recorded live at the Roundhouse, London, UK. As I said, we probably are gonna see it. It has the whole set list, so Devin played probably over a couple of nights, the full set. Probably did it in one go, but I'm guessing in most cases when you do recordings, live recordings, they tend to maybe stay there for 3 days or a week, and over a free concert at the same event or the same venue, more likely, they will take the best recordings from that. So you might see in the Blu-ray sometimes really subtle changes that people could wear other small changes in clothes, but they were pretty much doing it. I don't know if in the Blu-ray or Devin has stated that this here was recorded on the same night, the whole thing, but I'm guessing most likely not, simply because if there was some technical issues one of the nights regarding tuning, string loss, string snapping, etc., on one of the stuff, they will probably cut that out. So this here is, of course, just the protection on top of this here. We can take that off. I will keep it. And then we have this here booklet, and Devin tends to do a lot of design and extra stuff when it comes to the value of actually rebuying this here, which is pretty much essentially just the album live. The venue, I was at the Danish venue when Empath was touring before COVID hit in 2019, this November, I think. So I don't know when this here actually was recorded, afterwards or before, but anyways. So the first thing we're presented with is, I'm thinking this here is the CDs. So we have the CDs here and the DVDs. I'm pretty sure because, no, it's actually the 2 CDs, which is probably, as we can see here, these are the live recordings audio. They were mixed. This here is mixed in 5.1. Devin has spent a lot of time. He mentioned it on Twitter, he's mentioned it on Instagram, he's mentioned it during the Twitch live streams, that these were a particularly interesting but hard thing to master, because it is very different to record in stereo or mix to stereo than mixing in 5.1. You have a lot of more room suddenly, etc. So and Devin knows more. Devin and any artist that has done this here knows more than I do. I'm just reiterating what this here is. So I haven't heard it. I have a 5.1 setup actually, and I also have just bought a new 5.1 receiver, which is way better than the old one that I have. So I'm actually interested in hearing this here being played on it. We have the DVD and we have the Blu-ray. I was actually thinking that the DVD could be in 2 DVDs, but doesn't make sense. It's probably, I don't think, this here is probably 1080p. It might be 4K. I don't think it might be upscaled to 4K, or it's just plain 1080p, because again, 4-way recording is expensive to have around and run around in a tour, and again, it's a budget. So this here is, we have pretty much a full setup here, where we have the presentation of the material, which is important, and then the rest is the art book. So let's get into that. So if we jump in here and look at that, we have, and I don't know, Devin has normally used the same person for the last couple of CDs. The same person he's working with regarding art, but I do not know if this here is actually the same thing. And this here is pretty much reiteration of what the presentation of Empath is and was. However, if you look in the past or present, for you, if you've been on the tour, etc., etc., Devin has already finished just now 2 albums, which are not released yet. They are sent to, well, it hasn't actually been confirmed, but I'm guessing it has been sent to mastering, or it's, the mixes are done. It's been sent to the label now, and the label is taking care of the rest. Because he just tweeted out yesterday or this morning that he is already working on Lightwork, which is the 3rd project has worked on this year. He has finished Puzzle and Snuggle, which are coming out at some point, who knows. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's different. There's also already the second thing we're going to take a look at, which is also released, but that is an old mix that finally got released, and it went up for pre-order like a month ago or so, and it's just shipping out from Inside Out Music, which is the label that Devin is under. And this here is, of course, Jay and him and etc. doing their thing. I think these here are probably mostly pictures from the event. Mike Keneally here and all the people here. And it's always been a blast to listen to Devin, and he is a great performer, and it's sad to see, and this here is for a lot of people, all artists and etc. that have had to, during COVID, not been able to go to venues and play for people, and also have been stuck canceling a lot of things constantly and still canceling. So this year is Morgan playing the insanely good drums as always. So yeah, this year is, I can't remember the backing singers who were they, but yeah, I'm bad with names. The keyboard artist or the keyboard player who is, I think he toured with Harkin for all of this here, because he is actually one of the keyboard players, or he was, at least Harkin was an upwarming band, or the warm-up band for Devin, and at least at the venue that I was here. listening to in 2019, and he was actually doing also from, I don't know if he is from Horkin. I'm pretty sure he is. Anyways, he was actually there in helping them with that, so he was doing 2 jobs that day. But yeah. And there's so much more to just, as in general with empath, especially especially like the show itself. And even though the venue that I was at was for, I think it was max 800 people and was packed, which is small compared to how many people Devin actually knows and talks to. Vi, Herman Lee, John Petrucci, you name it. He knows a lot of people. He's been in the business for a long time, and he's just not. He makes the music he makes is niche to some extent. He doesn't get the crowds that Metallica and all those people do. But yeah. I hope to see that maybe, well, it's not going to be this year I'm seeing Devin, but Devin should be next year, hopefully, if everything goes as planned. Who knows? But he should be at Copenhagen, which I have a ticket to. He also is was to tour Bloodstock, also got pushed and cancelled, etc. So yeah, order of magnitude. An awesome experience, in my opinion, so far. I am not. This here is not a review or anything, but it's a great unboxing experience. I like this here. It was attention to detail. The prints are good, and yeah, can't wait to start actually checking it out soon, hopefully. Anyways, speaking of, as I said, new things. This here is Devin Townsend acoustic inclined live in Leeds. So Devin, previous to Empath, was touring solo with his acoustic guitar, playing some songs from many albums, Ocean Machine, some Strapping, etc., and yeah, and it never came out on a CD until now. And the Devolution series, which this here is called, as you can see here, is something where he's talked about that all the performances that he's been doing is going to come out in these here types of small prints. And this here was 25 bucks or 25 euros total, including shipping. It is on pretty much any platform, digital platform there is. So if you have Spotify, Apple Music, etc., you can already listen to it. I would, again, highly recommend that you pick a copy up, because no artist makes money from, well, they definitely don't make money from Spotify or Apple Music. The margins is, well, let's just say, if any artist would probably make more money gathering bottles from trash cans in a day than having their song being listened to over a day in revenue from any digital streaming revenue. That's the sad truth. People can say a lot of things. Oh, the top 10. Yeah, they make money, but nothing compared to what they would make if people actually bought the CDs. But this here is not the money maker for them anyways. And Devin was on Herman Lee's Twitch show yesterday, and Herman Lee actually mentions this here, and it's from, he was there because they were trying to gather money for a good cause. Because Jason Becker, who is a famous guitarist, who has, yeah, sadly he has ALS. He was diagnosed for that from a long time. And Jason was an upcoming guitarist back when I was younger. And I not know personally, but I have listened to, and my brother actually has a couple of his early albums. He lost the ability to play guitar, but he still actually creates music to some extent. And he's been suffering a lot, and they're gathering money to try to help him, which is a great thing. On top of that, Jason is also hospitalized now because he has breathing problems. But anyways, Herman actually mentioned what artists actually make money from these days is not buying CDs, really, unless it's not under a label. So Devin has he has Inside Out, which is the big label he's on, and that's where his majority of his stuff comes out. But he also has Heavy Devi Records, where something like Punky Brewster comes out. DevLab and all that. That is not under the label. That is self-publication. That he probably makes a little bit more money on. But again, it's expensive to create something like this here. So the real money for artists is actually merchandise, believe it or not. So if you want to help any artist out, whoever it is, Devin, Faith No More, Samus 66, who he played drums on Empath album, not the tour, and he's a great guy. He's also streaming on Twitch. Buy their merchandise. That's the only way to do it. Or if you find that Devin streams every now and then, and he hasn't been doing that for a long time, but he is intentionally doing it, throw a donation on him. That's what I do. That's the way to actually support the artist the best, because there's no middleman there. But let's open this here up, which I haven't done, because I actually bought this here and I've been listening to the album. I've been listening to it once fully and listening to some of the songs every now and then from Apple Music, which is the service that I use. And the funny thing is also, I actually had the chance to go to the venue because Devin was actually in Denmark, and I think he was in Aarhus when he actually was in Denmark doing the acoustic, but I didn't go. And I regret it so much because it was not sold out, the tickets were not expensive, and I am an idiot for not doing it. So, as you can see, this here is really minimalistic. So, I would highly recommend picking it up just because you want the physical thing. I don't think there is an LP version, but pick it up because it's inexpensive. I know you're not getting much. It's good. It's fine. It's environmental. It's all cardboard. Only thing here is plastic. There is a slim print here. And we have, of course, great pictures of Devin when he's probably singing Love here, I'm guessing, from Strapping. But yeah, this here just came out as a release, as you can see, Inside Out Music, and Inside Out Music got bought by Sony Music also. So just trying to put any music in any creative form, like for instance, I would be loved to actually give you Snapchat samples of this here. If I do that, I will get sued back to the Stone Age and probably also get demonetized. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. And also in this service to Devin, in my opinion. So the only way I support Devin is through buying all this here stuff. But anyways, enough about me rambling. So this here has been unboxing all the stuff that I have so far. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button if you like this here video. If you don't like it, there's a button next to it, or you can leave a comment. If you want to see more of this here stuff, I've already picked up. Well, Devin is also doing a live event. He's gonna play on. I think it's in May 1st, May. I can't remember the date. But anyways, Devin is playing Ocean Machine from start to finish, live on a live stream venue, a concert. The concert is $25. It is not on Stageit, which has been the previous COVID concerts. This here is on his Devin Townsend live.com, I think it is. Go check out Devin's Twitter, or I will leave the link in the description. You will be able to see it there. Check it out and buy it. And there you can actually buy, first of all, a digital ticket, which will get you an entry to the venue. You will have access to the venue for 48 hours after recording, and you also have an option to buy a t-shirt or a hoodie, etc., which I also did. But enough about that. So yeah, comment, all that stuff. Subscribe if you want to be up to date when I launch new stuff. I am, with this new setup that I'm thinking about, gonna try and do more videos. Not gonna promise anything, but that's the idea. So until next time,